You are a professional. You are in a noble profession. You have the ability to make sure that the customer has a plan for their worst day so that they are not devastated financially. And I hope you know that. Hey, welcome to the Insurance Buzz. I am your host, Michael Weaver, and I am flying solo today. I have a question for you. Are you tired of not hitting your goals? Are you tired of not making the money you want to make? If that is the case, this episode is for you. I am going to be talking about how you can increase your production by 40% in the next 90 days. What would an increase in production of 40% do for you? That's what we're going to be talking about today, all right? So, now, the very first step, we're going to get right into this. I'm jumping right into it. I'm jumping right into the deep end. Let's go. If you do not already have your pen and paper handy, make sure you grab it. Do me a favor. If you have not already subscribed to the Insurance Buzz, please just press pause and do that now. That would be fantastic. We would appreciate you. And if you listen all the time, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you. If you've never left us a 5-star review, I'd appreciate if you also did that. Let's get into this. The very first step to increasing your production by 40% in the next 90 days. And why I say 40% in the next 90 days is because we've helped thousands of insurance professionals just like you do this with our Weaver Sales Academy course. That's the stats that we see. In the 90 days of them being on our program, 40% in 90 days when we put them through the curriculum. I'm going to walk you through what you need to do. So, step one, you need to train every single day. I don't care if you're brand new to the industry, or I don't care if you have been in here for 5 years, because that's where our stats come from. Tenured team members increasing their production by 40% in 90 days. You need to start training. You need to start skilling up. You need to start sharpening the saw. All right, every day for 15 minutes. I'm not saying to just train and train and train and train. I'm saying train every day. Consistency is better than intensity, all right? Consistency greater than intensity. Get in the routine, get in the habit of training every day for 15 minutes. What I would encourage you to incorporate in your training is just not reading product knowledge. It's actually putting your sales skills to the test and role playing with your peers in the agency, okay? So you need to actually role play what you are wanting to get better at. Maybe the elevator pitch, maybe it's the rapport building conversation, maybe it's overcoming objections, maybe it's closing techniques, maybe it's the life insurance conversation. Whatever it is, that's what you need to practice on. That's what you need to role play. 15 minutes a day. If you can get in the habit of just training for 15 minutes a day every single day to make sure that your first conversation of the day is with a peer and not a customer. Just like if anyone watches baseball, if you watch baseball, what does the batter always do before they step in the batter's box? They take some practice swings. They always take some practice swings. I don't know if I've ever watched a baseball player not take a practice swing before they step in the batter's box. Just like you. You need to take some swings before you get on the phone, before you get your day started. Train for 15 minutes every single day. This will make a tremendous difference in your sales skills, in your ability. You're going to skill up. Next, you need to have designated times on the calendar every single day for prospecting. So you need to prioritize your time. You need to have time blocks. You need to have three 30-minute prospecting blocks a day. So maybe it's from 12 to 12:30, 1:30 to 2, and 2:30 to 3. Whatever it is, 3 30-minute time blocks a day for prospecting. Sales is not necessarily easy, but sales is simple. You have to prospect and you have to have appointments or quotes or presentations, whatever you call it. All right. You have to prospect and then you have to present. You have to prospect, you have to present. So you need to have designated time on the calendar every single day for prospecting. Because if you're not prospecting, there's no way you're going to hit your sales goals. If you're prospecting, there's no way you're going to grow your revenue. If you're not prospecting, there's no way you are going to hit your goals and hit the check that you want to hit. You have to have designated time for prospecting. Again, 3 30-minute time blocks. This solves your problem. That's an hour and a half of prospecting a day, which leads me into step number 3. And look, this sounds simple. It is simple. You got to be disciplined with it though. You have to be disciplined with this plan of attack. Next, you have to present 3 times a day, whether you call it a quote, whether you call it a presentation, whether you call it an appointment, you need to present your product to 3 new prospects a day every single day. And here is what a presentation, this is what a presentation consists of. It consists of a full-blown sales conversation from the rapport building to the discovery conversation where you are figuring out, you're asking questions, figuring out the customer's problem. What are they looking for in their insurance? And it is not money. It is not money. I know that 100% of customers, when you ask, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, besides price, what's important? What's important when it comes to your insurance? Every single one of them say price. You have to be the professional. You have to have enough skill to say, I'm with you. I'm going to give you the best price I can. But tell me, when it comes claim time, what do you want your claims experience to look like? For example, what do you expect out of me during claim time? And what do you expect out of the company I represent? That's just one question. I'm going to figure out what a good claims, maybe it's customer service. Maybe you want to lead them down that road. I'm with you. I understand price is important. I'm going to give you the best price, but tell me what you expect from this. Do you like to manage your own policies online? You need to figure out what's important to the customer, what's got the customer shopping, and what's actually important to them. It is never about the money. 9 out of 10 customers say they will pay more for something if they find value in it. So you have to be able to have that discovery conversation. Then you have to be able to present. You have to be able to present your product for their solution. Now, you just can't present single line products. You're setting yourself up for failure. A presentation means that you are educating the customer on what you're doing for them. You are giving them more coverage. You are giving them more policies than they currently have. You are using storytelling within your conversation to make sure that you are educating the client on your proposal. How does your product solve the customer's problem? Why are you a better fit for the customer than what they currently have? Which leads me into, so you have your storytelling presentation, then you're going to walk into value statements. What differentiates you from their current agent? What differentiates you from a 1-800 number? Then you're going to ask for the sell a minimum of 3 times. That is a presentation. That is a relationship-based sales conversation. That is not a transactional sell. That's the best part about this. Like, you are a professional. You are in a noble profession. You have the ability to make sure that the customer has a plan for their worst day so that they are not devastated financially. And I hope you know that. You have the most noble profession in the world. And you just have to have this presentation, this conversation 3 times a day, every single day. Again, rapport building. Discovery phase, presentation, using stories, educating the customer on what your product, what your coverages actually mean. The customer doesn't know what the customer doesn't know. They don't know what liability limits are. That's your job. You have to educate them on what you're giving them, what it means, and why it's important to them versus the coverage they currently have. the crap state minimum policy they have and the repercussions of not being properly insured. Then you have to educate them on why you're a good fit for them. What do you offer that their current insurer is not offering? And then you have to have the ability to ask for the sell and overcome objections. If you do these three things, if you train every single day, if you stick 3 30-minute prospecting time blocks on the calendar and you are presenting 3 times a day, you're quoting 3 new prospects a day, you're talking to 3 new prospects that currently don't do business with you, and you are having this relationship, value-based, educational sales conversation, asking for the sell 3 times, you are going to crush it. Your sales are going to increase. If you quote auto fire life with every single conversation, you are going to absolutely crush it. You are going to crush your goals. You're going to make more money than you've ever made because you're going to help more people than you've ever helped. You're going to be a top 1% producer. You're going to be a top 1% income producer, income earner. That's all it takes. It is simple. We have tracked this. This was in our agency. We tracked this. We've worked with over 10,000 insurance professionals across the country the last 5 years. It is a blueprint for success. Now, if you're saying to yourself right now, I don't know how to have a relationship-based sales conversation. I don't know what an educational conversation sounds like with a customer. I don't know how to overcome objections and ask for the sell 3 times. You should contact me. Seriously, text me right now, 816-727-7610. That is why we do what we do. I would love to partner with you. I would love to work with you. I would love to help you. Again, doesn't matter if it's a brand new person getting into the insurance space or if you're a tenured team member. If you are struggling, we have a state-of-the-art training curriculum built out just for you. It's a 24/7 sales academy. And we do live training calls every single Tuesday. So again, text me if you're struggling right now. Text me if you have questions. Happy to answer those. But again, the 3 steps: 15 minutes of training a day, 3 30-minute prospecting time blocks a day, and 3 presentations, relationship value-based sales conversations where you are figuring out the customer's problem. You are presenting an entire proposal to them with multiple products and more coverage than they currently have, and asking for the sell a minimum of 3 times. I hope this was beneficial for you. Again, if you have any questions, just hit me up on the text line, 816-727-7610. Other than that, as always, time is the most valuable and important asset that we all have. I appreciate you spending time with me today. Go out, make it great.